should be live again shortly. Oh, we're live. Okay. Good morning, Peter.
Good morning.
No idea what's going on. Right. Okay. And I'm just going to add John to the stream. He's got a strange photograph behind him, but let's bring him in. John, is that you?
Question.
Is that you?
Yeah, that's my background in XSplit.
Right. Okay.
There's no sign of me.
Well, you were there, and then you were. Good morning, everybody. This is Blabbing for Britain, episode 434. We have gone to Plan B. Always have a Plan B. We are a few moments late, but we're still here. And on Royston Radio, we'd like to say hello. Today's episode is shorter than normal because we've started 15 minutes late, and we still can't see John. 3, 2. Oh, wait a minute. What do you think, Peter?
Yeah, I've just changed my background. I'm just trying something out.
Well,
that's better.
Okay.
I've no idea what's going on.
Okay, let's just carry on with the show and not talk about the technicalities, or people will get bored. If there's anyone there.
Well, there's a better chance now than there was a moment ago. But John, that signal is. Can you switch your XSplit thingy? What's it off and just come in as you?
And that's what's coming from as a background in OneStream.
Yeah, you just need your camera back. Okay, so I'm going to hide you. Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to hide John for a moment. I can see the signal. So Peter's raised his hand. Yes, Peter.
I'm just trying it out. While you two are sorting yourself out, I'm trying out there. This is what I think of the show so far.
There you go. Yeah, there are different facilities in here.
You hear that laughing?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I won't do it anymore. Okay.
Right. Now they all work. They all work.
Right. Okay. I'm just trying it out, folks. Sorry.
Reserve that one. John gets his camera sorted.
Okay. So I didn't realize it makes a noise. It's not a quiet one.
No, everybody can hear it.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, what can you see in your studio at the moment? You've got share button.
I've got a mute button, which a lot of people would like. I've got stop cam. I've got share.
Yeah.
I've got reactions, and I've got raise hand.
Right.
Then
okay. Now raise hand. If there were 10 of us on screen, then and you wanted to talk, you would simply raise your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the host of the show could see that you actually want to talk.
Yeah.
And then bring you in. So it's quite a nifty little feature. And just to say at the moment, we are different. We are live via OneStream Live today. We had problems in our other main studio, but we have this thing about actually going live. So here we are. Right. Okay. It's pouring down here, Peter.
It's not a very good day here. I think it was a little bit of rain. It's September.
Yeah.
I'm in the doldrums personally. I went to bed at 6 last night. Wow. And, you know, I'm so frustrated. You know, I tried to, there's on the 16th, the funeral in Berlin. I really wanted to go to it. Do you know how hard it is to get to Berlin from Aberdeen?
Tell me.
Sorry?
Tell me.
So, I've got Aberdeen Airport here. The operator is KLM, right? Dutch. So you go over to Holland, and then you have to sit about 4 to 5 hours for your onward trip to Berlin. And the prices for a Sunday are extravagant. Yeah.
Right.
I try to look at EasyJet to Luton or Gatwick and then go from there. Separate flights. And that's a nightmare. I'm trying to find out if Amsterdam has actually got a train station underneath. The flight, the train to Amsterdam to Berlin takes 5 hours. Yeah.
Yes. You've been on it.
Have you been on it? And now, is a train station in the airport?
You just go down a level.
Yeah.
And the train station is there. It's all underground. So you go down the lift, and then you pick your platform.
I really wanted to go to this funeral.
Yeah.
But it's going to cost a lot of money to go. And I haven't had it all. Sorry?
Yeah, I mean, if you try and book anything sort of 1, 2, 3 days in advance, week in advance, you pay over the odds, don't you? I mean, they've got you, to coin a phrase, they've got you by the shorts.
Yeah. But so I'll maybe look at flying to Holland one way from Aberdeen and fly. I may have to leave on a Thursday or a Friday now, but Friday will be expensive if I go. And then get there, get somewhere to stay.
Yeah.
And then, unfortunately, I've actually got an exhibition on the 17th and 18th, so I've got to come back the next day.
Okay.
And I really, it's a funeral that I really want to go to.
Yeah.
And I'm just frustrated. It's a lot of money to get there, but I think the cheapest way is to fly to Aberdeen, catch a train in Holland, and then go up to Berlin. I might look at that. Because I need a break anyway. I'll spend a couple of days in my favourite city and take it from there, you know. But
it's a beautiful place. It's a few years since we were there. I mean, we're actually going to we're going to Germany on Sunday.
Yeah.
And we're driving over to Harwich, getting the ferry from Harwich to the Hook of Holland, and then driving through Holland into Germany. And we should be there sort of Monday, 5 o'clock-ish, something. Because it's the overnight ferry. Yeah. And then we're there for 2 weeks. And that's when we get our next heat wave, Peter. Hopefully.
Heat wave.
Yeah, we're due a heat wave. Apparently, I saw it on Threads this morning. There is better weather on the way.
Well, we're having a heat wave.
Yes, we are.
Hope it's a heat. I can't wait because the weather affects business, and you know what I do, and boy, have I been hit. Never thought but I kept saying to my guys, we're going to make it. The summer will be late. It'll come in. It'll be late. Be prepared.
Mm.
But did I tell you about my latest accident?
No.
Okay, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
But I was out on Sunday, had a walk, and life is full of coincidences. Okay? I get a call from one of my drivers and said, "You want the good news or the bad news?" I said, "Give me some good news to start with." And he says, "I've had a great weekend." I says, "Good for you." Now, give me the bad news. The van's been hit by a taxi driver. Okay. And I was going to get rid of my cameras at one point to save some money in the vans because we had a bad accident while we were at fault. So anyway, luckily enough, I don't look good when I'm like that, Stephen. So basically, I went to this festival. It was the Mila festival. It was Indian, Asian cultures all blended, and they were dancing. And I went down the steps, And the first person I met was this guy. Had a road traffic accident. Call us first. So,
Okay.
in this chatting away to him, I
Sound.
says, "You're not going to believe this. I've just had a guy phone me with an accident, right?" So, basically, I said, "I'll tell you what, I can't be that." I said, "What can you do?" And he's taken it on from so far, start to finish. He's taken it on. He's arranged the hire vehicles. He's fighting the insurance company.
Hello.
John, I'll just finish this. I'll get back to you. You can't hear us. 2 minutes. So basically, he's taken it on, and I don't have anything to do, and it doesn't cost me a penny, because once he's seen the clip of the accident, he says, "Peter, there's no way that this will go against." And that was it. So it's great to have that one number, and that's it. Basically,
Makes life a lot easier.
Right now, John, let's get John sorted out.
John,
Can
hello.
you type to join? Can you type? John,
Yeah, if you
can
go-
you hear us?
I don't know whether you can hear us.
I don't think so.
I think let's go over to the chat and just say hello and see if.
Can you hear us?
Yeah. Yeah, looks good. I can see that. John, that way, John. Just go and look at the chat. But if you can't hear us, then
I can hear you now.
Right. Okay.
So this selected the wrong speakers.
John, story of my life, because every time I use about 3 different programs to talk to people, and each time they all prefer the original speakers.
yeah.
Well,
Right,
for
that's
some
that.
reason, this selected a set of speakers that doesn't even exist. So
The drivers, John. It finds you out. I mean, the thing is, it finds you out. It finds out how. I mean, he doesn't know anything, so he starts from scratch and says, "Where are your drivers?" and finds the earliest ones. I mean, I use a program called
that's
FX10.
not what it did. It changed the default speaker.
Sorry, I was just guessing, John, and you are here now. We can hear you. End
Right.
result is good.
So-
drinking coffee this morning.
This OneStream live at the top, can that be changed to a logo that you want?
Yep, you can change it to any logo you like at any time you like, even whilst you're live. Just for information, we're actually broadcasting today on a different system. We're broadcasting on OneStream Live, and I can change the logos. And there we are. We've got me top right-hand corner. Okay.
Right.
So, yeah. So everything is exchangeable. I can change the background. I can play video. That's just as we're here. If I go to media and come down here, let's play this. So I can play video, intros and outros and videos that I've made. I made a video promoting Angelica, and of course we've got, I just want to.
You're listening to Royston Radio, the station where community is our middle name.
Okay. I've lost your sound. Hang on a minute. I've made a mess of this. John, can you hear me?
I can hear you fine.
Good. Peter, can you hear me?
Peter, though.
Right. Okay. And I can't hear Peter speaking. Can you hear Peter speaking?
No.
No. So yeah, you can play.
No. Hello.
I can hear him now.
Do you know what's happened? I changed my screen at the back of me. Don't know what happened, but it changed my microphone.
Yeah. The thing is, if it's not broken, Peter, don't fix it.
I didn't know, but I was trying to things. It's a nightmare. So, what I've been watching a lot recently is Americans watching our TV programs or films. Do you know? Mm-hmm. And they've been watching our humour. Do you know, black people over there, do you know what they're like? Love thy neighbour and things. They're sitting laughing at it. We know what it's like. And like I said, Saving Private Ryan, you see folk in tears watching it, and you cry watching them cry. It's quite good. But anyway, big news in Aberdeen. According to the British Broadcasting Corporation, is Aberdeen is going to be the GB hub for energy.
Yeah, we've seen it in the news down here as well, Peter.
Did you indeed? Wow.
Yeah. So that makes it official. Remains to be seen whether it will actually have any effect whatsoever on energy prices, because they're still going up on.
Yeah, unfortunately, and they're going to go up even more. So all you old age pensioners that have had your money taken off, you better start sitting around candles, have candle parties and sit around them to get a heat together, all of you in one house. And be prepared for power strikes, because that's coming. Because if the unions don't get their way, they'll cut your power off. Just to let the youngsters know here, at one point in Britain, there was a 3D week, and at one point they actually cut off the power at certain times, and we had to go out and buy candles and live by candlelight. Now, I'm sure these chaps remember that well.
That was back in the 70s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Callahan, Heath, that era. That's 50 years ago, Peter. God.
Is it? My old. But and was it because of the unions wanting more money or something?
The unions went on strike, and much like the Conservatives did recently, the government said, no, we're not going to give you a rise. And that was the beginning of an era when we didn't get the rubbish collected, when power was shared, and basically the country was in the doldrums. We're not that badly off now. Well, I think we've just confirmed, Peter, that we have been in a worse state than we are now. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. But I can't remember. Were the strikes during the winter period?
No. I can't remember. Our researcher, John, when were the strikes in 1974?
They were 1972, according to the web.
Right. All right. Okay. I'll take it. I got within 2 years of it.
I wonder if they'd done it in
But there was a 3-day week in 1974 to conserve electricity. So it looks like we've had two lots of 70s.
So why did we have to conserve the electricity in 1974?
1974?
Yeah.
Strikes, bombings, all sorts of reasons by the look of things.
Yeah. Interesting. And there was this famous song.
In 72, it was because of the miners' strike.
Right. Okay.
And in 1974, a 3-day week was one of several measures introduced in the United Kingdom in 1973-74 by Edward Heath's Conservatives to conserve electricity, the generation of which was restricted owing to industrial action by coal miners and railway workers. So It looks like strikes hit us twice, actually.
Yeah. And do you remember the song that came out? You don't.
Well,
get-
when you're
Being
singing
a
Pete,
part of the union, you won't
you
get.
don't get me. Who sang that?
I'm trying to think, but it was somebody quite well known.
Till the day I die. We done a gig. And it was for unions. This is, could
It
you
was
sing
the
it?
Strobes.
The Straubs, yeah. I says, I ain't singing that. You can sing it. Why not? I says, because I'm an employer. And I made them it. So that was good.
right? Sorry,
Yeah.
Peter.
When you go,
The Grenfell report came out yesterday, and the chairman said, and I'm quoting here, that basically everybody should have survived, and the 72 people who died shouldn't have died. And I think that's damning the manufacturers, the suppliers, the government, and the fire brigade, because they were actually advised to stay in their flats, weren't they?
yeah. Do you know who, when the oil rig went up in the North Sea, the Piper Alpha, do you know what they were told to do? This was standard operate.
Yeah.
Go into the mess hall and wait for the helicopters. Everybody that went there died.
Yeah.
Those that survived were those that said, that will be right. And those that didn't go in and done their own thing survived. Quite interesting.
Yeah, I mean, in emergency, you do what authority suggests that you should do, whether the authority is the management of an oil rig or it's the fire brigade who are actually fighting the fire.
Yeah.
And
Well, there was a guy on said yesterday, I think I seen it, he was a fireman. He said, "With no training for this." Absolutely no training for it. Such a shame. But let me just tell you about someone in Scotland about that. Do you know they were given money in Scotland by the government to get all the places that were like the Grenfell up here? They were given a sum of money to do it.
Yeah.
Guess what happened?
they didn't spend it.
They didn't spend it. And we don't know where the money is.
Now that's a different thing. They've used the money, but not for what it was intended for.
Perhaps. It's all going to come out. Everything's being stifled. But all those people in Scotland that are in flats, we've got high buildings, they're all at risk because they've never done it.
Yeah. That's just.
And it's the same with the £600,000 that was ring fenced by the guy that won the lottery, only for independence. Nobody knows where that money's went yet. And Operation Branch Farm is not finished yet. Sickening.
Of course, you just had.
Yeah.
Sorry, Peter. No, my question was about the recent financial announcements by your government.
And what was that?
The cutbacks. You're going to have cutbacks throughout Scotland.
Yeah, I'm going to wait.
Tell a little bit.
I don't know much about the cutbacks because I don't tend to, but they're having a few. They're going to have to cut back a few things. I mean, it's that bad that the SNP recently had a meeting, their annual meeting, I think it was. Guess who was not invited to it? They were barred. Guess who?
The former boss.
Nicola Sturgeon.
Yeah.
And Mr. Youssef. They were told not to come.
Right. So they're saying, right, past is the past. We're looking forward. We don't need you.
Yeah. And the hall, the conference centre they went to, was a third full. It's usually jam-packed.
Yeah.
So that lets you know what's happening up here. Now, I'll tell you what is happening up here. I got an email in the other day that Reform I've got loads of meetings up in the northeast of Scotland coming up. They're out there knocking at doors and having town hall meetings.
Well, now's the time to build back, isn't it?
Yeah.
You the opposition parties have got 4.5 years to actually build a voter base, so that when the next election comes in 2029, they'll be ready. Yeah. I mean, the Conservatives are trying to get ready at the moment, and they're having a beauty contest at the moment between 6 Conservative MPs, and Priti Patel was the one who got voted off yesterday.
So what does that tell you?
Sorry?
What would that tell you? She's the first to go.
That would tell me she's not popular amongst Conservative MPs, who are the only ones voting. And she got 14 votes. Stride got 16 votes, and Stride has never been in office, as it were. He's never been a government minister. And he's famous for actually being on Sky News throughout the last election. So he was. It's just strange. It's strange to me that they should have. Why can't they just say, because they're trying to get down to the final 2? Yeah. And in October, the membership of the Conservative Party will vote between the 2. Why not on Monday, instead of getting rid of another person, get rid of 3? Yes. Yeah. It just seems drawn out, protracted, and nonsensical, because they're not. What I am glad about is that none of the 6, now 5, have had any time on television. Yeah, they've not been promoted. I mean, it's just happened in the background. If you watch the news, you don't see much about it. The other thing I've been watching as well, that although Nigel Farage is, you probably don't know this, but a lot of people have went against Nigel Farage lately, right? And what there is there other part, because UKIP is growing again. They've got a guy, for instance. Do you know these people said? Do you know the people just recently admitted guilt, because they said if you admit it, you won't get such a long prison sentence, right? So they were coerced into doing it. Out of 6, one of them, and the UKIP party leader went along because he's got some legal knowledge. And he says to the person's barrister, "You're not doing your job properly. Why am I having to advise this person?" So they said, "Do you admit your guilt?" Like they're putting the cross to their face, going, "Repent." He says, "No, I'm not guilty." So because they said not guilty, right? They said, if you plead not guilty, we're going to put you on remand, which means you go to prison anyway until their date. Guess what happened? They actually got bail. They got bail. They didn't go to prison. Out of 6, one said, "I'm not admitting it because I didn't do it. Look at the camera," because they had evidence on the camera, right? And basically, when that was shown, that was their evidence to say the copper was lying. So that person was the only one that said, "Not guilty, I'll fight you to the end." He's now on bail, or she's on bail, I can't remember what it is. And that's what they're doing. Some of them, for what they've done, they're jailed. But did you see the councillor's wife that's just been jailed? Has she been sentenced? She's been sentenced. She got 3 years. Right. For posting out on Facebook or Twitter or something. Wasn't nice what she said at the time. Yet rapists are still walking after getting found guilty.
There's something wrong with our country at the moment.
She hasn't actually been sentenced to anything. She's not being sentenced until October.
Right. Is she on remand?
No.
Beg your pardon.
On bail.
Yeah.
She's on bail. Right. Okay.
But that was a particular set of circumstances. The government had to take action to stop the riots, because if they had taken hold and they had carried on, and they could have come to Solihull, they could have come to Aberdeen, they could have come to Devizes, and they had to stop the spread. So therefore, they took draconian measures to actually stop it.
Nobody in Leeds went to jails until recently.
I don't. Yeah.
Remember the guy? Do you know what he said when he set the bus on fire? No, he's in Friday. He's up on Friday, that guy. He said he was having a bit of fun. Burning a bus down, thought it was fun. Anyway, so I know you don't like speaking about this subject, but
well, as you quite rightly said a few months ago, Peter, it's very difficult to actually talk about it because you don't know whether you're going to say something which is going to upset somebody.
Yeah. Well, there's no doubt you will upset somebody nowadays, whether you're left, right, or centre.
That's true. I mean, social media. I mean, some places on social media are toxic. I'm not going to name names. Some places, however, are. I mean, I'm now well into Threads. Threads has been going by Instagram, by Facebook, and it's been going for a year now, and it just keeps getting better because we've got people from the Ukraine who post every morning telling us what's happened overnight, especially at the moment as they've got drones flying overhead. And they don't know what the hell is going on. So we're learning how they're surviving through the night.
Okay.
So it is an informative place to be, to keep up with the news. And it's an alternative to Facebook and to Twitter.
Did they show videos on Threads?
Yeah.
Okay. Of real happenings?
Live?
Yeah.
You can't broadcast on Threads.
Okay. But they show videos of things happening after the event?
Correct, yeah.
And did they take any of them down because they're too horrible to see?
There is, the site is monitored.
Yeah.
Let's see, as we're on a new platform, let's see if I can just give you a flavor. I'm going to share screen.
Okay.
And we're going to go for a tab. And if I pick that tab, it's going to appear on screen. Okay, so as soon as the share is through, screen will change. We'll go along the bottom.
Yeah. Can you make it bigger,
Fingers
please?
crossed. And there's just a moment. Your wish is my command. If I can find it. Go there. And there. So we're still here, but we're not on screen.
Yeah.
Okay. That's as big as I can make it. But basically what I've got.
Bigger yourself, though, with the square in the bottom right-hand corner. Peter.
Right, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, if you click this, John says the square in the bottom right, it's not a complete square. It's
yes, I see it.
Yeah.
I see it.
Click that.
Enter full screen. Right. That's it.
So basically what I've got is the column is for you, which is basically the news feed. Then people who I'm following, and then I've got a thread, which if I go back here and go back here, I'm tracking live streaming. Now, the beauty of that is I'm tracking people posting the keyword live streaming, and I'm finding videos from all around the world. So I'm enjoying it. And then, of course, the final tab you can park run. So it's a bit like, if we go back a bit, John, it's a bit like TweetDeck used to be for Twitter.
I remember
And,
TweetDeck.
yeah, it's similar to that. And you've got your own feed, which I'm going to go over here, and it will be no surprise to see it as the screen changes. Okay, and it's got my emails, and then it's got everything that I've shared. Including Peter, then we can see each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because you can see it now. Last Saturday, Bushy Park is where Park Run started 20 years ago. And it started with 13 people running around the park at 9 o'clock in the morning. Last Saturday, Bushy Park, guess how many people were there?
20,000.
You're being silly now. Actually, there were 1,042 people running at knock in the morning, running 5K. And I mean, there were videos of it. It was basically, that's what it's all about. 26,000 people keeping fit at the same time. And these are not athletes, these are just runners. Yeah. Basically, people were running, jogging, jeffing, walking, and just having good fun. To get 6,000 people together, and there wasn't a single incident. Just
Did you say 6,000? Did you say 6,000?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You're rubbing it in, because I can't do park run now.
I'm not rubbing it in, Peter. You could. Yeah, I'm. It's great. It's great. But yeah. So anyway, going back to where I was on Threads, and I'm just going to find the tab and go back to here. So my home feed here. I mean, I open in the morning, and this is the tab that opens, so I know what's going on in my world straight away. I know the parkrun news. I know the live streaming news. I can search for anything, and it just comes up. I can have it as a column. So I'm well into Threads, and it's worth a try.
Who owns Threads? Who owns it?
Threads was created by Instagram, and Instagram are owned by Facebook.
Ah, right.
But this is totally separate, totally independent, and it's got its own team. It's got its own moderation, and the only thing that we can't do is live video. And there's a good reason for that. I mean, if you think about it, we've been broadcasting for 9 years, and all our videos are on Facebook. And Facebook have been paying to store that video for the last 9 years because they can't delete anything.
No.
So it costs a fortune to host live video, especially now when you can go live in high definition, that it's just so expensive. If you keep it to, as they've got it at the moment, you keeping the expenses down.
So why did the Threads? Why did it take? I'm echoing. Why did Threads start? Why did they have Threads on Facebook?
Basically, it's all down to a gentleman who. Let me get this sorted. John. That's better, right? Okay, we got back. Okay. If we go back, it was the time that Elon Musk bought Twitter.
Ah, right.
That was the timing. That was the incentive to do it, to go up against Elon Musk and to provide an alternative to Twitter. And I think they've successfully done that. Because although they've got millions of active users every month, 170 million, I think. And it is. I'm going to say there are not too many right wingers on there, Peter. There are some, but the majority are left and centre. And
why did the right wingers on? I thought they would have been bumped off by now.
No, basically it's basic. Any website attracts a certain demographic. And the people who are attracted to Threads are, on the whole, people who look on the bright side of life.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not to say it's a happy clappy side, but it is positive. Yeah. And as I say, we get the news from around the world. It is as instantaneous as Twitter is. What we don't get is we don't get the right posts. But then again, as you've seen, you can actually use filters. So if you've got a particular topic you're interested in, then you can open a column and you can actually find out about what's going on for the particular topic you've chosen.
Yeah.
Free
I know
free to
somebody
join.
else that wouldn't let other people speak many years ago. Look what happened there.
No, it's not stopping people joining.
But the things that they say.
Can we pop back to Lucy Connolly, the councillor's wife?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
She pleaded guilty via video from HM Peterborough, where she remains until she will be sentenced on October the 17th at Birmingham Crown Court.
So why is she not let out?
I don't know. You'd have to ask the judge.
No, I'll tell you why. The punishment is the process. Did she murder anybody? Is she threatened to kill anybody for real?
Yeah.
You know? Why is that space not for a rapist who basically got let off and was allowed to walk the streets? This is what's happening to the country, folks. This is what's happening. I don't... Okay, she made a big mistake of what she done. But another guy, he got 3 years for practically the same thing. 3 years? I just think it's a bit out of proportion. Yeah? I'll be very interested in Friday to see what happens with the councillor on Friday.
I agree it's out of proportion, but it's just to basically deter everybody from actually starting a riot.
And do you know who started that riot? Do you know who started it? A guy in Pakistan who's been arrested for it. Because he put out false information.
False information over the
and
South
people...
killer.
There was another one about the acid attack, which wasn't true. He repeated it. Zilch! No point has happened to him. Nothing.
We don't have any control over what happens on the other side of the world, unfortunately.
Yeah.
No, we don't.
But the guy in Britain repeated it about the acid attack. But the problem is he's in the pocket of the police.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Anyway.
We do want to stay on air. We do want to stay on air, which means that we too have to tread a line.
Even we are stifled, and we are three old gentlemen that can't
And
have a...
I would say that I have heard much worse in the street than what that Lucy said.
Yeah.
To be straight and honest. Yeah, much worse.
I'll tell you, it's the other Lucy I'm really interested in. No, the lady with the babies, the nurse.
Let be.
Well, yeah, carry on.
There's a lot going on there just now. There's a lot, and information was withheld. Now, a lot of people have her guilty, right? But you know something? I hate injustice. Why did they suppress information? And that what's his name? David Davis is looking into it, and he's a good guy, ex-SAS man, by the way.
He is a good guy. There are questions. I mean, the Guardian is talking about it, Peter, and we're obviously talking about civil liberties here. Basically, the notes that were used by the prosecution, she was encouraged to write she was encouraged to write them. didn't write them on fly, or well, there are questions about the case. I think that's the proudest thing we can say. Anyway, incredibly, because we started 15 minutes late, it is now 10:59. John, it's over to you.
Okay, so it's goodbye from him, and it's a lousy day here weather-wise, and I believe it's the same in Scotland.
Well, we're all getting the same today.
Okay,
Ray and
bye everybody.
Goodbye from me, it's goodbye from him, and all the rest of them there.
And have
Bye.
a better day than me. I mean that.